You! Yes, you! Do you have too many bananas at home that it's becoming a problem?
Not really.
Are you sure about that? Yeah, that's what I thought. Do you keep eating all of them because you don't know what to do with them and you're sprouting love handles and you're blaming it on your metabolism? Then I've got the perfect recipe for you. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes, it's me. I'm back. Y'all doing good? Good. Before I start this video, I'd like to say thank you so much for the support on the previous video. And now, without further ado, let's get this going. So, on my left, we have the dry ingredients, and on my right, we have the wet ingredients. Now, I've kept the sugar in the middle. It's because that sugar is actually a wet ingredient, even though it looks like a dry ingredient. I just wanted to preface that because sugar is highly hygroscopic and it can absorb moisture. The actual amount of ingredients will be discussed later in the video, so stick out till then. We have some flour, some cinnamon, some chopped up walnuts, our leaveners, and our salt. As the wet ingredients, we have our beautiful free-range eggs. These are free-ranged. Trust me, we grew the chicken. She's beautiful. Here's a picture of her. Look at her! Isn't she so cute? That is my dad holding her, by the way. We call her Parminder. Okay, we have our vanilla extract and our butter. Now, with that being said, the main ingredient for this recipe is obviously our bananas. Really, the right time to do banana bread is when bananas look like that and the people whom you're living with go, ew, disgusting, what is that? Take it away from me. Really, these bananas are highly misunderstood. They look dark on the outside, but they're highly delicious and most sweet at this time. They have this pudding-like consistency. It is the best time to do banana bread. This dish was actually first made during 1930s in the Great Depression. People had nothing to eat. They were all poor, and the only thing that they had at home were a lot of rotten fruits. And that's where the idea of the banana bread came along. With that depressing piece of information, let's make this thing. So what we have here is this bowl and our trusty little fork. To this, we're going to be adding all of our bananas. Peel them up, put them in. Don't even think about it twice. Get your all bananas in there. Once you've transferred all of your bananas into this bowl, you're going to start taking your fork and start mashing up this affair. You can make them as chunky as you want or as smooth as you prefer. You can alternatively put this entire thing in a blender. I like these bananas slightly chunky because they act as pockets of moistness once you bake your bread. The moment you get your bananas to the stage you like, you're going to take them up and keep them up to the side. Meanwhile, you're going to prepare the rest of your ingredients. Okay, cool. Now we have that treacherous, scary metal bowl which killed our yeast last time. To this, we're going to add our softened room temperature butter. If your butter is not room temperature, this is not going to work, so get it into room temperature and put it all in there. To this, I'm going to be adding my granulated sugar, and then I'm going to be creaming them with my electronic whisk. Now, before we go any further, I'd like to say, please don't try this at home. What I'm about to do is extremely stupid. For those of you who don't know, this is how I record my videos in my study room because I don't have a studio which does not have additional sockets to plug in. So I'm connecting my 300 watt food processor to this old, I don't even know what this is, and then as I disregarded my mom's advice and I valiantly put this thing in there and turned it on, this happened. Oh, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, that's the sound of true regret, people. In the end, I finally managed to cream the butter and sugar, but I've done goofed. The circuit shot and burnt the whole thing down, so yeah. It's 1 o'clock in the night. I'm tired. I just finished my exams, and this is what I'm doing. Y'all don't believe me? Just look at my face right now. Oh my god, what is that? Who is that? Why is that? Burn it. I look like one of those expectations versus reality meme where I'm the reality. So you better hit that thumbs up or else. Okay, so to this mixture, we're going to be adding our eggs. We're going to be using 2 eggs, but we're going to put them in our butter one at a time. It's because butter is a water and oil type of emulsion, and there's a delicate balance between the fats and the liquid in the butter. So the moment any sort of moisture hits the butter, it's going to curdle up. So what you're going to be doing right now is add an egg, curdle the butter, and mix it so it re-emulsifies the butter. Because during the process of re-emulsification, a lot of air is introduced into the butter. This tends to make the bread more fluffy and enjoyable to eat. So once you feel that the butter is creamy and not curd-like anymore, you're going to add your second egg and repeat the entire process again. For those of you who did not get it, you're just going to take your butter and sugar mixture, crack 1 egg, whisk it, make the butter creamy again, add the second egg, whisk it, make the butter creamy again. Once you are done with this process, you're going to add your vanilla extract, make it creamy again. At this point of time, this is the last whisk, I promise you. You're gonna add your banana mixture. Put all of it in there. It's finally her time to shine. For those of you who had the question, yes, the butter is gonna curdle again, but you cannot and do not have to re-emulsify the mixture again because you've already added enough air in the butter when you had the chance. Now, keeping that affair aside, let's prep our dry ingredients. To our flour, we're gonna be taking our cinnamon, some salt, our baking soda, and our baking powder. Now get all of this in there and then whisk it, or you can sift it or somehow incorporate all of the dry ingredients completely. After that being done is the proper time to preheat the oven to 180 degrees centigrade. So we have our dry ingredients on the right and our wet ingredients on the left. Again, if I was smart enough, I would have taken a bigger mixing bowl, but it's like 1 o'clock in the night and I'm really tired. So don't at me, please show some mercy in the comments. Show some love, transfer all of your wet ingredients into the bowl and then get your dry ingredients in there. Ideally, in other cakes, you would add the dry ingredients 1/3 at the time and then mix them and add them again. But here you can pour all of them in and just get mixing. Completely mixing it in one direction until there are no visible lumps seen in this entire batter. Making sure that you're going to get all of the corners of the bowl because that's the portion where all the flour tends to hang out, getting unmixed. So mix it in one direction until it comes into a loose batter. At this point, you're going to definitely add some milk, which I forgot to film. It's midnight and you're going to get a cake tin thinking it's a bread tin for some reason. Yeah, make sure you butter your quote-unquote bread tin, and then let's get adding some baking paper on it. Okay, I'm going to show you a hack to get the perfect amount of butter paper onto your pan. Fold the butter paper as shown in the image, angulate it, not like that, just angulate it, and then take your cake tin and then find the center point so as to mark the radius of the cake tin. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get your scissors and cut it up in a sort of curvy like fashion, and then what you're left with right now is a perfect circle, well, almost a perfect circle that fits almost perfectly in your cake tin. I know, yes, it's an amazing hack, I know. Okay, so at this point of time, your oven would be preheated, so let's get this batter in there. Before that, we're going to be adding our final condiments. Now, I'm adding some chopped up walnuts. The reason why I'm adding it in the end and not in the beginning is walnut is a gentle nut, okay, and it's going to break with the strong whisk attachment of your electronic whisk, which you have burned down. So you're adding your walnuts and then getting all of your batter into our pre-greased and pre-lined baking sheet. You would put this into a bread tin, but I bought a cake tin. I don't know why, just like deal with it for now. Get it all in there and make sure you smooth the top so that it rises evenly in the oven. Okay, one final step before you bake this thing is to sprinkle some brown sugar on top. This is gonna melt and form a beautiful creme brulee like situation, except not, but it's gonna be absolutely delicious, so trust me and put it on top. And you're gonna bake it in the oven at 180 degrees centigrade for about 30 to 45 minutes. A few minutes of an agonizing power nap later, your banana bread cake thing is done. Look at that beautiful crust on that top. I told you it's worth it, okay? To tell if this thing is done is to just stick a sharp object or a toothpick in there, and if it comes out clean, that means that your bread is finally ready. Okay, let's go cut this thing. Transfer your banana bread onto your fancy apple cutting board to show it off in all of its glory, and then you're gonna get your 2 knives to cut this thing, and for some reason, you're gonna make it look like a torturing station, after which you're gonna record a beautiful close-up of cutting the cake, which you're inevitably going to lose in a corrupted file format, but you're gonna be fine in the end because you have this beautiful shot of you sharing your banana bread with your mom, who still decided to keep you after you burned half of her appliances down. And that's the end of this disastrous video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and please give me a thumbs up for all of the things that I've gone through, and I'd like to thank you guys for all of the support that you guys show me. You guys are the best. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Peace.